Hello, and welcome back to Chronically Joyful. I'm Kat Weston, and no, the irony is not lost on me that I completely disregarded my Sunday video posting after doing a whole segment on the art and beauty of consistency over perfection. Womp womp. But in the name of remaining always authentic with you guys, Sunday was my yard work day, and I was 0% prepared to sit here and try to conjure something to talk about. And in the name of remaining always authentic and passionate about this space, here we are. So today I'm joined actually with my tiger's eye little palm stone with me. And what this one is good for is health, wellness, and all things body. And the reason that he is on this table with me right now as I'm recording this with all of you is simply because you are joining me after a beautiful 5-mile run. And while I feel fantastic right now post-shower, I am absolutely pooped. So I am still showing up today. I'm back in my beautiful backyard surrounded by the birds. I've improved the front of my home with a mushroom flag, a bird feeder that is eventually going to have bird seed, and more flowers because it is officially June. So happy almost summer, everyone. Let us reap the benefits of the recent full moon on May 31st and hop right to it. So I had a lot of ideas for where I wanted this to go, and I have them written down in a notebook next to me, but then felt called to talk about something I was thinking about once again on my run, where my ensemble of the day was a big t-shirt that says "Run for Beer" that I actually got for running a brewery series 5K a couple years back, and I love that t-shirt. It is incredibly comfortable. It was a different color by the time I was done, and my signature rainbow sunnies that I'm not wearing currently because the sun's going down and I can actually look you all in the eye because your eyes are just so enticingly gorgeous and lovely. But I always feel like a spectacle out there just because my face right now, you can't really tell surprisingly on this recording, but it's about this color. Even after doing my cleanser and my vitamin C routine post-shower and all of that fun stuff, I'm still red as a tomato. And as a fun fact for all of you, in the vein of the theme of this video, which I will start here and say, the beauty of just fully being yourself and leaning into who you are without care, and just all of the beautiful things that come from that. That is going to be the gist of this video, and to start, I will talk about a story. When I had to be like 12. I was in early middle school, and I had the biggest crush on a boy, Joe Kelly, wherever he is in this life. Generic skater boy, long hair, everything in between. And I remember, because I'm me, Leo at heart, always fiercely confident, even when not fiercely confident. And I told him that, and in hopes he'd be like, oh my God, do you want to date in a fake 12-year-old middle school relationship? And instead of that response, he threw his ham sandwich at my face and called me chubby tomato-faced girl and yelled at me to get away from him. And like looking back on these moments now, I'm like, oh my God, that is horrifically mean, but also hindsight 2020, that's hilarious. What the heck kind of a response is that? So, Joe Kelly, if you ever see this, bygones are bygones. I hope you're doing well and not in jail. Let's hope you're not in jail. But yeah, just entering this phase of life, I attribute it to both the practices I've taken on in the last couple of years, which I've gone into quite a bit of detail, more on like my spiritual journey and I guess woo-woo side of things, if you really want to call it that. I personally look at it more so like hey, I'm going to start meditating more and grounding my energy and not being insanely emotionally reactive. And yes, I am a little bit of a crazy lady with the rocks. And the only reason I have such a vast collection of crystal palm stones is because my aunt loves me so deeply that she just stocked me up from a store around the corner from her. So thank you, Aunt Mary, who I call Buddy. I love you so much. But just really settling into the person I'm becoming. And where I was going is whether that's because of the practices I've engaged in with grounding my energy and things along those lines, or just honestly getting older. And I think it's a healthy combination of both. And I am so grateful to be here in this moment with all of you right now talking about this from this space. Because if this was me like 2 or 3 years ago, this would be a totally different channel and none of you would still be here. But just the beauty of fully accepting yourself exactly as you are today. I used to think it was hard because my whole life I'm a pretty eccentric gal. And I never knew how to embrace that until actually pretty recently, if I'm being honest, where like my family's always been really, really close. So it's like my friends would call me and be like, hey, do you want to go see a movie or something tonight? And I would say no, because I wanted to stay home and like play The Legend of Zelda with my older brother and drink chocolate milk. And what I'm realizing now is that that was an expression of my introverted side. I'm an ambivert, but at heart I am deeply, very much an introvert. It's how I recharge. I want to be alone. I revel in the fact that I come home from work and I don't have to talk to anybody but Puddles. It's a gift. And I value my quiet, safe, sacred spaces so deeply now at this point in my life that I'm like, okay, I'm completely an introvert at heart. However, I am also a little bit of a social butterfly where, oh my God, if my friends call me now and they're like, hey, do you want to get together this coming weekend? I will check my calendar and most likely say yes, because the people in my circle now really light me up. And it's not work to see them. So it's just, it depends. And I'm sorry, I had to choke on pollen because clearly that's still a thing for some reason where I live and I hate it. Rewinding. But I'm the type of person where I intentionally, I'm more of a morning person now. Not totally to the degree where like I walk into work and I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, just like, hi. I force that. I'm intentional about when I get into the building, the first people I see, immediate smile plastered on my face, even though I'm not feeling it. I'm just like, hey, happy Tuesday. Good to see you. And it's just like that human interaction just brings me out of my like gremlin stage of the morning where I'm just like, I don't want to talk to people today. My whole job is to people. So it's an exhausting thing. So it's intentional in the morning to walk in there and just be like Mickey Mouse style, just like, hey, I'm here. How are you? How are you doing today? Let's talk about you, your dogs, your children. And it immediately lifts my mood and my spirits. And it's something that I value as much as it kind of kills me on the inside sometimes. But it's just a healthy combination of like, yeah, my cup is full because I'm talking to people that I respect, value, and appreciate, but at the same time, I get to come home, sit with my dog, and not say any words. And it's a beautiful lifestyle. It's recent that I've fully understand and conceptualize the concept of being fully unapologetically myself. And I love this space just because I am so eccentric to a degree that like it's hard for me in social settings. I was going to say sometimes, all the time. I really struggle because I don't watch TV. I don't play new games. I still play my N64. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I don't sport. I don't do a lot of the things that people chat about in most social settings. I had a lunch date recently with a really core group of my girlfriends at work. And they sat me down and they were talking about a reality TV show. Realized that I was just smiling because I loved the energy of the space and just being with them. And they were like, oh God, she's like a Martian. And started like walking me through all of the drama of the relationships between these people and just being like, okay, are you tracking? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm totally tracking. I'm happy that you guys are bonding over this show I will never watch. I mean, like, I'm rewatching The Nanny for God's sakes and like painting birdhouses like a 75,000-year-old woman over here happily. And it's just that full-blown self-acceptance of being like, I'm completely okay with that. And also trying to be a well-balanced human being. For example, I have my very good friend's son's birthday party this weekend. I have to buy him a present still. Like, he's having a birthday party this weekend, so I'll get to see my friends then. And I just got invited to one of my very close friends' birthday parties to make candles and get Mexican food after. And like, I'm trying to balance my life with these things to not turn into a weirdo hermit like I did totally last year. Growth seasons, guys, growth seasons. But bringing it back to my run, in my Run for Beer shirt that is so sweaty, and like my gaity limp because of my MS and my rainbow sunnies, my red face and my big smile, I was just totally comfortable and okay in that entire moment, other than being uncomfortable because I started to get foot drop and almost peed my pants as per usual. Thank you, bladder issues, thanks to MS. Shout out. But I was fine with it. Completely fine with it. And I'm at that stage of life where it's just like, I dare someone to say something to me because I don't care. And it can't hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't know what that was. But just being... I'm back on the tiny stack table and Puddles is on the prowl. Sorry. But just being fully okay in my oddities and kind of embracing them because I think they make me more fun to be around and more interesting to talk to. So bringing it back to my video about dating myself, it's like, oh, I'm realizing more and more every single day I am so strange. And I love it. I love it. I'm not strange in the sense where like I am collecting mason jars of weird like scobies, which is what you use to make kombucha. Like, I don't have weird jars in my house or anything like that. I'm not like serial killer status of eccentric. I'm just me. And I'm okay with that. And where this is actually going is that I carried shame for so long in my almost 12 years of living with multiple sclerosis. August 25th will be 12 years, which is crazy to me because it feels like 75 years, but also like yesterday. But I carried so much shame also just in how much of a nerd I was. Like, I was a band kid and said no to plans with people and was introverted and very bizarre and loved anime. It was like that style of human, still am. But I also had the added layer of having a chronic illness that was sort of managed at the time for most of my life, but not really at all. So you could see that too. And just trying in that season of my life to fit in with the rest of the world. And I just never did. And I never will. And being completely surrendered and okay to that fact. Where like, if I meet new people, and I do end up sharing about MS, which I just did actually with my groomer because she was sharing openly with me about some health concerns that she's facing, and it just kind of came out, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally understand that. I have MS, and it's a fucking tragedy. Like, I see you. It comes out in those moments, and I no longer carry shame behind that of being like, yeah, I have MS. Do you still want to be friends? Like, I'm not like that anymore, and I'm realizing this, and it is such... a prolific moment on this journey. And if you're not at this place yet, you will be. I promise you that you will be, just because also I'm tired. I'm too damn tired to have to deal with anyone else's crap anymore. And it's like I'm already facing chronic fatigue every single day of my life and still showing up this vibrantly excited to be alive and like talking to you, for example, or like a coworker or a stranger in the street. And it's just like I'm still excited to be here. But don't mistake that as me not being dead tired all the time. I'm so tired. And just, you get to a point, and I think that this more so leans on the side of getting older too, and like living with this for so long, but just you hit a point where you don't care, because if someone can't respect your boundaries and the requirements that you have for additional rest or things like that, out the door you go. I don't have time for that, and you're not my person. And my circle is very sacred to me. The people that are close to me know that they mean everything to me. So if you want to be a part of that, all are welcome. I love this. That's why we also have a rose quartz with us, because my heart is open. But if you try to break one of my boundaries, I'm gonna fight you to the death. But just being in that comfortable space of knowing that like my MS is a part of me. It is the second least interesting thing about me. Number one being my corporate job. Number two being my chronic illness. I have so many other things that I want to talk to people about that it's like, if it's relevant and it's relatable, I will totally talk about my MS. I'm so open about it, clearly, because I think that's really important. People don't want to go through this alone. It's why this channel exists, and my Instagram profile, and my Chronically Joyful blog. Like, these are spaces for people to come and feel less alone when it comes to not only just their illness, but in general. I want to make these spaces safe for everyone, for every reason on the planet. And just the best way to do that is being fully, completely, authentically myself. I am me. I am Catherine Weston. And I love my name too. Like, I love being a Weston. It flows. It's me. One of my very good friends, Jess, actually for Christmas a couple years ago, which my nickname is Cat Weston, as like one word. Somebody coined that in high school for me, and then I carried that into my working life. So actually, if you know me intimately, you probably call me Catherine. But most people call me Cat, and she made me a fidget spinner that says Cat Weston, and it's the cutest friggin' thing. But just being okay with all parts of yourself, it ain't easy, kids. It ain't easy. But when you get here, it's so hard to reflect and remember when you weren't. And then being like, why did I care so much about these other people's opinions who don't matter, who you probably don't even talk to anymore? And if you do, you should probably decrease the amount that you're doing so. And this is a constant journey. Like, I still obviously have people in my life that it's complicated and I'm still trying to figure out, but at the same time, I'm at a place where it's like, if I let those things go, I'd be so fine. So many other things happening that are really great that it's just like, I'm going to shift focus now. But even in the video I talked about was like dating myself. The concept of eventually maybe going out there and trying to date other humans, way less scary, because it's like, if you can't take me exactly as I am right now in this moment, what's that silly song that I hate? Thank you. Next. Yeah, that too. Music. I don't have the same music taste as most people. I don't like Ariana Grande. I don't like Taylor Swift. Y'all can try to convert me all you want. It's never going to happen. Bring on the Zeppelin, Metallica, Evanescence, Spirit Box. Like, maybe someday. But that one I'm a little bit less, like, uncomfortable about in human situations, just because I'm like, my music taste is way better. I'm kidding. All music is valid here. Safe space. But if we ever get coffee together, I might judge you just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I like Slipknot. And if you're like, but T Swift. Now she's ranting. But all of this to say, wherever you are on this journey, newly diagnosed, young, impressionable, and insecure, in the same exact headspace that I am, it's all a part of it. It is all welcome. And I'm just here today, exhausted after a 5-mile run with my hair turning into an afro, to tell you that no matter where you are right now, it's completely okay. And you're doing great. And if you're not here yet, you will get there. Just know your worth. Embrace your power. I'm seeing that all over the internet lately, and I'm now realizing that the definition of embracing your power lies directly in trusting yourself. Number one, you. There's only one you. There's only one me. And to me, my opinion is the only one that matters. And that should be the exact same for you. So, all of this to say, you're doing great. You're killing it. Love yourself exactly as you are, exactly where you are right now. And just know that as life goes on, it all gets better. And it all ends up exactly where it is meant to be for you. So, this is my Thursday pep talk for you with all of my fancy rocks. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm actually recording this Tuesday evening. It's almost 8 p.m. Puddles and I need to eat something today eventually. But thank you so much for joining me as per usual and being a member of this space. And if you would like to share, please do drop your stories and musings in the comments. I love to interact with folks. I love the emails I've been getting, the Chronically Joyful blogs. I'm getting a lot more traction there and comments and people like exchanging ideas for like my recent journal prompts and things like that. So please, if you feel inclined to do so, share your experience with others. It really helps. And it really brightens my day when someone's like, hey, this gave me a good idea for a journal entry, and here's an idea for you. I'm like, thank you. I learn through others' experiences. So all of this to say, to wrap it tightly, neatly in a fancy little bow, the light in me always sees the light in you. You're absolutely killing it. I appreciate you being here so much. I love you all so deeply. Have the most wonderful remainder of your week, and I will see you Sunday, I promise. Did somebody get groomed yesterday? Who's looking so fresh and so clean? Yes. Enjoy this moment of Puddles and myself. We bid you adieu.